client need to be put at the center, but truly at the center, because you sell trust.
Welcome to Firm Favourites. I'm your host, Alice Ramsey. It's great to have you join us on the podcast that positions legal marketing and business development teams where they belong as firm favourites. Powered by Clerk, the legal tech platform that makes commercial content instantly available, which is a must for all legal marketing and business development teams. In this episode, we talk with Gaia Francieri, Global Head of Marketing and Business Development at Grimaldi Alliance. Gaia also founded MOPI, Italy's network for marketing and communications professionals. She shares her bold vision for marketing professionals being partners in law firms. This is an exciting episode. Gaia's leadership is sparking change and making an impact with her firm and beyond. Gaia, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for being a part of it.
Thank you, Alice. I'm really happy to be here.
Hey, Gaia, can you tell me a little bit about your role and your firm, just to get the ball rolling?
Yeah, I'm Gaia Francieri, the Global Head of Marketing and Business Development at Grimaldi Alliance. And my role is not just about communication, but is deeply strategic because I'm part of the leadership committee and I'm trying to help the firm shaping its direction and ensuring that marketing is at the center of the firm strategy. And I'm also the founder and president of MOPI, which is the Marketing Association of Law Firms in Italy. And I'm really curious, and so I also founded a networking group called Energizing and Communication Coffee, which is a team of 150 marketing and communication professionals from many different sectors, because I truly believe in connecting with different people and learning from them. If you do marketing and you always do the same things, you are not creative.
And how wonderful to tap in and leverage different world views, different industry views, keep the juices flowing. For our listeners, is that the kind of networking group that, I mean, is it just for people in Italy, or is it a more global gathering? Is it in person? Is it online?
It is online because we gather at the moment 150 people from all around Italy. So we have people from Ferrero, which is in northern Italy, which is from Mattel, which is, the Barbie. And so the marketing manager told us about the strategy behind the movie. And we have people from all around, from Rome, from the south of Italy, someone from Dubai, and so it is online at the moment, and it is in Italian at the moment. But yes, it would be very interesting to have people from abroad.
And what do you talk about?
We talk about everything from the role of CMO who becomes CEO or partner or managing partner. We talk about artificial intelligence, innovation, and all the hot topics that we consider important for our profession.
Brilliant. What moved you to found MOPI in the first place?
Well, I started working in legal marketing in 2006, which was a pivotal year for lawyers because there was a law and it was the first time professionals, particularly lawyers, were allowed to promote themselves. And from 2006, also the code of ethics of professionals change in order to let them promote themselves. And I always thought that it was exciting because it was a new kind of marketing. Because if you go to university, you study marketing a product, marketing a service, but it is different. Your product is a person, and so it was innovative in my view. And I started in 2006, but we were very few. I mean, it was difficult also to decide a strategy because you did not have any book at university, you didn't have anything. And so I thought that it was crucial for us to confront and to stay together in order to learn together, to organize meetings, to be together when we had to discuss with chambers, with Legal 500, because I mean it is different if the law firm A talks with chambers or all the law firms in Italy talk with chambers. I mean, you can obtain something more. And so I founded with Roberta De Matteo, who is now vice president.
It's wonderful. This is, I think, a really important to note here that this is not so long ago, 2006. And I certainly know that legal marketing was going on in others, and yet in Italy it began in 2006. So you've had a really unique climb by gathering the professionals in order to be able to support each other, but also provide the best service for firms. How did it grow? What were some of the early challenges that you faced? And I'm coming from a place of, I think it's challenging now, let alone then before lawyers were even used to marketing themselves. So can you tell me a bit about some of the early challenges that you faced?
Well, initially, marketing in law firms was just communication because lawyers wanted to communicate themselves, but most of all, they wanted to satisfy their ego. We had the first magazine about lawyers in 2006, and they wanted just to appear there or just someone who could talk about them. And so it was just events, press release, awards, and nothing more.
And Gaia, concretely, what do you think MOPI can best help out with?
I think that the association help us in elevate our role within the law firms. Because if there is an association that talks for everybody, it is different. For example, we organized different surveys with the Association of Clients. For example, the Association of General Counsels in Italy, the Association of HR, the Association of CFO, in order to understand what they expected from their law firms. And it was interesting because they just want to be listened, they just want to be understood. They want someone who understands their business. And price is not a problem at all. They want to be listened. And that's why marketing it is so crucial in law firms because client need to be put at the center, but truly at the center, because you sell trust.
You work at the Grimaldi Alliance, which is a truly international. How are you bringing in this client-centric approach? What's important here is creating and retaining the trust. How are you bringing leadership with you on this?
when I arrived, I realized that first of all, I had to organize communication. And so I started with, of course, the website, the rebranding, and so on.
Is that quite unusual for a firm to have marketing in leadership right off the bat?
Yeah. In my opinion, it is crucial, and it was my goal. I wanted to go there, and I know that, for example, some firms now have a board that is composed also with marketing people, but it is really rare because in Italy it is very strange, and I think it is the only profession in which you have lawyers and chartered accountant who are called professionals, and all the other people, CEO of the firm, that are called staff. And it is very strange because lawyers who are the best in class for selling, for managing clients, for working on mandates and on the law, are promoted to managing the firm. But maybe they are not all the skills and soft skills to manage a firm. And so it is quite strange because they promote the people who are not as good as managing a law firm as they are in their activity, in their professional activity.
How are you shifting the bar on this? What kinds of initiatives, both in your role at Grimaldi and as founder and president of MOPI?
On the one hand, you can tell your story. I mean, you can tell other people that you succeed in reaching the leadership team of a law firm, first of all. Secondly, in my opinion, the key is to have clients telling you that marketing is important. For example, it is crucial to go to clients meeting with the marketing person, because there you will realize that the marketing guy will tell the most interesting things for the client, because they really and truly listen to the client and understand what are their needs. And so it was successful for me to make those surveys and to talk to clients, and then to explain and to present the results together with clients. And when you are at the same table with the general counsel of Google, the general counsel of Microsoft, and I don't know, the general counsel of Tesla, and all the lawyers are listening to you with their clients, it is different. They appreciate in a different way.
In preparing for this interview, I noticed that in your role as president of MOPI, you have just led an award ceremony in Italy, and you also rounded up the conversation on what everyone is talking about, AI. And I would just love to hear a bit about what you saw and heard at the awards about the emergence of AI. And I loved what you said, and I'm going to quote you here. Love what you said about preparing the next generation of leaders to harness AI's potential and reignite creativity. What did you see at the awards? And tell me about this reignition of creativity through harnessing AI.
Well, simply my perspective from the world of marketing and business development, I think that the role of the marketing manager has evolved rapidly, and now we have to consider AI within our strategies. But it is not just about using technology. It is about fostering a new mindset. In my opinion, our responsibility as leaders uh, is to prepare, as I said, the next generation of professionals, equipping them with tools not only to use AI, but to excel with AI, because we must train them to think creatively, to approach things in a different way, and to harness, as I said, the power of AI in a way that can elevate their work far beyond what we ourselves have achieved. Because I'm sure that the next generation of marketing manager will be far more better than we were.
You've mentioned that the amount of data we have available to us now gives insights that were not thinkable a few years ago, but it's actually the human touch that drives innovation.
That's why the role of the marketing manager is to put all these elements together in order to shape young professionals who can thrive in this new era, because it is really a new year and things are changing very rapidly. And I think that if we succeed in doing so, the next generation will become even better. They will become even better managers, unlocking their potential.
And they'll be up there in the partnership. What do you say about that?
Yeah, of course.
I loved how at the beginning of our conversation you talked about the networking group where you've got top marketeers from all different industries. Do you see law firm partnership embracing marketing leaders from across industries, not just in legal marketing and business development? Could you see that happening?
Yes,
Yeah.
I see. And most law firms now in Italy want to have people from different industries because they want to innovate.
Yeah.
They want to have fresh and new ideas, and they want also to look outside the window in order to understand how the world is moving and evolving.
How do you keep your team fresh and creative and innovating?
I always invite them to every event MOPI is doing. For example, I took them 2 days in Rome because there was an event devoted to general counsel. It was only for in-house. We had no law firms, anything. But we stayed there 2 days because I wanted them to understand what were the needs of the in-house counsels, what were the feelings, what they thought about AI, what they thought about the role of external lawyers. And so I always try to make them watch outside the window to think differently. We always make brainstorming for anything. We always use design thinking, and so we have post-it everywhere.
You're not doing your job properly if you don't have post-its right there.
Yes, for example, for the website, we had to think about renaming some of our knowledge management, so newsletters and so on. And so there was first the brainstorming of all the names to post it everywhere, and then we reordered them in a shape that had the sense, because we have to we produce a lot of knowledge management, but it is very different because it covers all the globe, and so there are snapshot about I don't know, a single country, snapshot about an entire area, for example, all the news about Europe or all the news about France, and so we have to think in a creative way.
Gaia, I too am embracing AI in my work. I have embraced it for this interview. I asked ChatGPT to give me some fun questions that I could end the interview with for a quick fire round. Would you be willing to play?
Yeah, of course. But
Oh,
I can
yeah.
use ChatGPT to answer, or I have to
No.
answer
Oh,
by
no, no, no,
myself.
no. I want the
Okay.
human mind. I want the power of Gaia. All right, Gaia, are you ready?
Yeah.
If you could have any superpower at work, what would it be?
Wow. Well, I think the superpower of not sleeping. I mean,
Oh,
because it is frustrating for me every day because I would like to do more because I have a lot of idea, and so I have MOPI, I have the coffee of communication, I mean, the work, and I always want to propose new ideas to my managing partner, but sometimes I'm tired and I get asleep.
name one thing you can't work without.
Collaboration, my team.
If you could bring one fictional character with you to work, who would it be?
I think it would be Robert De Niro in the movie. Yeah, it would be Robert De Niro in the movie with Anne Hathaway. It was a stagiaire. I can't remember the title of the
The
movie.
Apprentice. About The Apprentice?
Yeah, The Apprentice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Him. I would like to have him.
I love that whole concept. I would have actually twisted the storyline a bit because I think his role could have been even more powerful, but I love it. I'm with you on that one. Oh, Gaia,
Yeah, because I
legend.
mean, what make us rich is having different kind of people around you, and so it was the perfect example and the perfect character. I also always try to have a reverse mentor in the sense that I always try to talk with very, very, very young people, sometimes also my daughters, in order to understand their way of thinking and their ideas.
I'm so inspired talking to you, Gaia. Thank you so much. And will you let us know if your network opens up to non-Italian speakers?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. It could be very interesting. Yes, I would like to evolve this network in this way. But please let me know if there are marketers all around Europe and the world that are interested in starting an association in their own country, because in my opinion it could be beneficial for, I mean, for everybody, and I can help them in starting the association as I started it more than 10 years ago now.
Gaia, thanks so much for joining us and for sharing your insights and a ton of inspiration. It's been such a pleasure to have you on Firm Favourites. And thanks to you, our listener, for tuning in to Firm Favourites. If you enjoyed this episode, why not come visit us at clerk.io? Clerk automates routine tasks and streamlines workflows, empowering your legal marketing and BD team to focus on strategic growth. And stay tuned, we've got lots more awesome guests coming up on Firm Favourites. So until then, keep well and keep winning.